Now, your Storm Tracker 13 forecast first. Sponsored by George Sink Injury Lawyers.
Another day with clouds and rain across the area. Still dealing with some rain out there right now. Viper 13 real-time radar showing some light rain down across parts of Georgetown into Williamsburg County. Showers developing across the PD west of I-95. And we'll continue to see that chance for scattered showers as we head through the evening hours. And likely going to see another band of rain moving up from the south for early tomorrow morning along the Grand Strand as well. Temperatures, because of all the cloud cover today, only in the 80s right now. Another day where temperatures were below normal. And our forecast for tonight, warm and muggy. A few showers overnight tonight. Chance for more rain tomorrow. I'll have a look at when this wet weather will end coming up.
Coverage you can count on at 5 starts now.
Right now on News 13 at 5, what residents in the city of Johnsonville are saying in the aftermath of their entire police force resigning.
Plus, what the city of North Myrtle Beach is saying about future regulations of food trucks.
Then we head to CCU, where the Chanticleer football team is preparing for their upcoming season. Thanks for joining us for News 13 at 5. I'm Adriana Lawrence.
And I'm Annette Pegler. Well, new at 5, Johnsonville Police Department is officially disbanded. Johnsonville city managers are moving forward with plans to sell some of the police department's equipment after voting Tuesday night to suspend the department indefinitely.
And News 13's Eric Cooper is live in Johnsonville for us. Eric, you spoke with a business owner about not having a police force. What did she say?
Well, Annette, Adriana, Patricia Harrelson is one of the owner-operators of PD Hardware here in Johnsonville. She said the news of losing the police department was heart-wrenching, but as for she and her staff, they will protect themselves. Due to nearly $5 million in debt and no police department, the city says that they are taking sealed bids for weapons used by the Johnsonville Police Department. They also plan to auction 3 Chevrolet Tahoes previously used by the police department. The equipment sales come after Johnsonville City Council voted to unanimously to suspend the police department following the resignation of 3 officers in June. Harrelson says she fully supports having the police department, but now due to changes, she and her staff will remain vigilant in protecting themselves.
We don't leave anything to chance around here. There are 3 of us with CWPs that work in the store. There's always one of us is always here, and the 3 of us that have CWPs also have guns in the store. So I don't want anybody to come in here messing around with my people that work here or my customers, because it would not end well for them.
Anyone interested in bidding on any of the weapons must be a licensed dealer. Coming up at 6, hear more from Harrelson and how you can get more information on those actual bids for those items. Reporting live in Johnsonville, Eric Cooper, News 13.
Eric, thank you. Deputies in Scotland County say a man is facing a child abuse charge after a juvenile was hit by a vehicle. Christopher Jackson has been charged with felony child abuse. The arrest comes after deputies responded this morning to Morgan Street for a child being hit by a vehicle. The victim was taken to a local hospital and then a children's trauma center for further treatment. Jackson was taken to the Scotland County Magistrate's office, where he was given a $50,000 bond. He is awaiting his first court appearance in the Scotland County District Court.
Well, breaking news out of North Carolina, we know at least 3 people are dead after gunfire broke out at a home. According to the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation, sheriff's deputies responded to a 911 call just before 8 this morning at a residence in Caswell County, located just south of the border with Virginia. Deputies found multiple people who had been shot, later confirming that 3 people, including the suspected shooter, had died. A 4th person was taken to the hospital.
Gathering physical evidence, and we are making sure that we canvass in the communities and trying to find out what happened and who's involved.
Authorities say all of the shooting victims were adults, but it wasn't immediately clear what possible relation they had to each other.
Well, City of Florence crews say they are repairing an 8-inch water main break. City officials say the water main has been valved off and isolated for repairs. Due to the size of this break and the amount of water lost, customers in the Alligator Road service area are experiencing low water pressure and are expected to have water quality issues. Once repairs are complete, water operators will flush the system in the area to minimize water quality concerns.
Coast RTA is making changes to one of their routing schedules to improve on-time performance. Route 15 South will no longer serve the south end of Ocean Boulevard near Damon's and Springmaid Pier. Riders needing service in that area can instead use Route 16, which will continue to operate along Ocean Boulevard. Coast RTA said riders can find updated route information through the Ride Tracker app, on its website, or by contacting customer service. And you can head to our website, wbtw.com, to see the full list of changes.
Well, new at 5, North Myrtle Beach City Council met today to discuss a potential ordinance establishing regulations for the operations of food trucks in the city.
News 13's Gabby Jonas was at the meeting and has more on the discussion.
Currently in North Myrtle Beach, food trucks that operate commercially are not allowed within the city. But Wednesday's discussion with City Council focused on how an ordinance could allow this to change. Today, city leaders discussed key policy questions regarding permit prices, permit exemptions, where food trucks could be stationed, and more. Council members addressing potential concerns surrounding food trucks setting up near businesses and how they say it would affect business. Community members also raised concerns about how increased trash would be managed to ensure the city stays clean. Those living at Del Webb, a 55 and older adult community, say the food trucks would be a huge benefit for their community and not hurt other businesses.
We have a lot of activities, but we have no restaurant, so food trucks would be most appreciated throughout the year and highly supported. I spoke with 81 people before coming here today who live in my neighborhood, and I got a clear consensus. When we're all hanging out at the pool or if we're at the bocce ball court, we're not going to walk home or golf cart home to get in our car to drive to a restaurant to have lunch. But if there are food trucks in our parking lot at the amenity center, then certainly we would support those businesses.
No vote was made during discussion, but city leaders say a draft is currently in the works and plans to be proposed to council at a future meeting once complete. Reporting in North Myrtle Beach, Gabby Jonas, News 13.
Gabby, thank you. News 13 is your local election headquarters, and the first day of early voting wrapped up just a couple of minutes ago, but you still have a chance to cast your ballot. The polls will open back up tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. and will close at 5 p.m. This will be the same for Friday as well, which is your last day to cast an early vote. Just a reminder, if you are a registered voter and you did not cast your ballot in the June Democratic primary, you are eligible to vote early or on Election Day, August 11th.
And here's a quick recap of who you will see on the ticket. Candidates will include South Carolina Congressman Ralph Norman and Russell Fry, former South Carolina Governor and Congressman Mark Sanford, and businessman Mark Lynch. Now, other names included are interim Senator Darlene Graham, former mayor of Myrtle Beach Mark McBride, attorney Duke Buckner, Samuel Shepard, Glenda Parker, and Danny Ford Jr. And make sure to count on News 13 this election season. You can find everything you need to know on air and online at WBTW.com.
News 13 on-time traffic, sponsored by Joy Law Firm. Just call Joy.
And traffic not too bad right now on 501 between CCU and Carolina Forest. Just an occasional slowdown at the traffic lights. No problems right now on 544. Drive times along the Grand Strand on 501 from Carolina Forest to CCU. That'll take 12 minutes. 17 in both directions along the Grand Strand is moving a little bit slower than normal. Florence area looking okay. No problems in town right now. I-95 moving along nicely. Currently on 95 from TV Road to 76. That'll take 9 minutes. Palmetto from 5 Points to Irby Street will take 4 minutes. And 52 from Palmetto to I-95 will take 8 minutes.
Frank, thank you. Turning now to sports, the Coastal Carolina Chanticleer football team is warming up ahead of their 2026 season, their first with new coach Ryan Beard.
Exciting times, and News 13 sports anchor Gianna Forbes was at the team's fall camp today and tells us what the team says we can expect this season.
In the words of head coach Ryan Beard, the first day of fall camp is exactly what he's been wanting to see, but questions linger as to who the leader of the pack is going to be and who's been standing out.
In a million reps.
It's the first day of fall camp for Coastal football.
How do you eat? How do you sleep? What is your process before practice to get ready to go so that you can excel for those 2-ish hours where we're on the field really getting after it?
Marking the start of a new season and a day full of unanswered questions. From new offensive coordinator Nick Petrino digging into the quarterback room with 5 guys competing.
When you have such a talented room like that, you have to be an objective evaluator. You can't go off emotional decisions. Obviously, once you move forward in camp, you're going to have a guy step forward that the team really rallies around.
You know, I have an idea who I think it might be. they got to prove it. They got to come out and they got to win it. It's really up to them at the end of the day.
To head coach Ryan Beard, setting a clear example of how every one of these players needs to walk into camp intentionally. This year, you can call it a fresh slate, surrounded by veterans who have high expectations and an offensive coordinator who's seeing strengths.
I really like our running back room, our tight ends. I think our running backs are going to excel this year. I think it's a really good room, and I really like our tight end room. We're going to be able to use a lot of different personnel groups, a lot of different formations.
And as much as it's about meshing the guys from Coastal, the transfers, and true freshmen, it's also about getting down to the baseline of how the guys are prepping for week 1.
Menus out here right now. The best thing we can do is start to shrink it all the way up to West Virginia week to kind of see where we're at.
Coach Beard also saying today that the defense only goes as far as the defensive line takes them. He's also been putting a huge emphasis on the line of scrimmage. Petrino saying that there's already a battle going on at who's going to be that right tackle position and those 2 guard spots. It's already getting feisty here at fall camp. In Conway, Gianna Forbes, News 13 Sports.
And more rain across the area today, plus it stayed cloudy for a good part of the morning hours. I'll have a look at how long this wet weather is going to last coming up.